IVF cycle has officially begun. On cycle day 1, I called our office and let them know, and they told me to start my birth control on day 3. Today is cycle day 3, and so we're off to the races with first dose done, and in a week or 2 we have our baseline ultrasound. Okay, a little bit of an update. I've been on birth control since Friday. It's Monday, and I've had headaches almost every single day, especially the first thing in the morning and especially at night. And then at night, I have had the hardest time falling asleep before like midnight, and not even before midnight, but like midnight rolls around and I'm still like tossing and turning. Like I'm in bed before that, but it's been really hard to sleep. And then I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I cannot go back to sleep. So that's been hard too. Even this morning I woke up and I was like, I just have a million things to do. So I just like started doing stuff. Specifically like in the back bedroom, I've been like cleaning it out and organizing it and turning it in more into like a playroom. So getting everything out that we don't need back here. And when Jeremy got up and was leaving to work, he's like, what time did you wake up this morning? Just because there was so much moved and rearranged, and it was just I had done so many things, because like my brain started at 6 and by 7 I was like, okay, I can't lay here anymore. So I just started doing stuff. And then we did today get our blood work back from our genetic carrier screening test, and Jeremy was cleared. He was negative for any of the things that they tested for, and mine, I am a carrier for cystic fibrosis. So they said basically I can have a follow-up with the Myriad, the place that they did like the testing through, if I had more questions. I think the biggest thing for us is, since I'm a carrier and Jeremy's not, it shouldn't be an issue. It's just kind of hard too, because I'm like, I feel bad because I'm like, I'm a carrier for this. Not that it's necessarily made any changes in us like being able to get pregnant or not. But yeah, so that's some news. And then finally I was able to go through the different quotes that I got from our insurance, from my fertility lifelines, and Reunite through Compassionate Care, all of those, and then Alto Pharmacy. I went through all of them to try and see like price, which would be the best to order from for different medications. And so actually what we're going to do is a little hodgepodge. So I'm getting one thing from Alto, everything else from New Era, but some of them I'm using our pharmacy insurance, like through Jeremy's work, and the other one I'm just using those 50% off cards that I have. And it's perfect because they expire in February, but I will order my stuff before February. And then for our frozen embryo transfers, we won't need any of that same medication, and none of it's covered by any of our other insurance. So I'm gonna let it expire. I'm not gonna try and renew it because it's only good for a year. But yeah, that's kind of our update. I'm hopefully got the order in from Alto. I just got an email that said that they were ready, so I'll go make sure that's the same price that I was thinking, and then I will order those to arrive here on Friday. So that's exciting. Here I am ready for my water ultrasound. I have everything set up and I just need to get ready to go. Okay, so I showed up to my appointment for my water ultrasound today, and I thought it was at 9 o'clock. So I showed up at like 8:50. I thought I was all set and ready. I checked in with her, and then I'm just sitting there for a few minutes, and the person at the front desk goes, Hannah, you know your appointment's at 9:45, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I definitely did not. I think just because all my other appointments are at 9 o'clock or like 8:45, I think I just thought of that time, and I didn't even look at my calendar, because on my calendar I have it as 9:45. So anyway, I just hung out for a little bit until they took me back, and I honestly don't remember if my last one was as painful as this. or if this one was just abnormally painful, but the catheter going in was super crampy and super painful. And then when like they have the catheter and the transvaginal ultrasound wand, as they're like looking and putting the water in to your uterus, and holy cow, it was really painful. And she did tell me some people spot, some people don't, but when she was in there, she was like, see all those little specks and stuff, those are leftover endometrium from like your previous cycle, so you probably will be spotting, so that those can, well, like they'll come out, they'll be released. And so anyway, it was actually really painful. It was a short and sweet process, but right now I'm still crampy and probably will be, she said, probably for the whole day. So anyway, but that all looked good, and so that means that everything is set for us to move forward with our baseline ultrasound next Friday. So that's really exciting. That's on to the next steps. 2 things I forgot to say before that I wanted to remember about the water ultrasound is when they do it, like in the past when a doctor needs to do any work, I feel like they always have like that lamp that they put behind them so that they can see. And when they've done my water ultrasounds here at the Idaho Fertility Center, they put on a headlamp and they use that, and I think it's hilarious, but it works perfect. Like, it's so smart. And then the other thing is, I had forgotten how gushy it is, because as they're putting the water in so that they can see in your uterus with the ultrasound, the water is just coming back out. And so like they prepare the bed and the like footrest like by the floor so that it can catch the water, like they have like the pads down, but I just forgot how much water is just like gushing out of you. And then when you sit up, it's gushing too. And she said like be prepared to be leaking for the next like 24 hours. So thankfully they give you like a really thick pad and everything, but I totally forgot that, and I'm just laying there and I'm like, oh yeah, it has to go somewhere, huh? So that was kind of funny, but I had totally forgot that that happens.